Hello, everybody. I am talking about the Baltimore Orioles today. It is the start of May, so I thought I'd talk about how they started the season throughout April and my concerns, some good, some bad. Start off, they are 12 and 18, so they're not having a good year so far. A lot of bad stuff right now, but I'll get I'll rant about that at the end of the video. I want to start off with the good. And the first good thing so far is a couple starting pitchers that have impressed me. And there are two in particular that I want to shout out. Kate Povich, who started yesterday, a couple good starts this year, and he's actually been pretty solid. I do think he will be our top lefty going forward. No more John Means, so there don't want John Means anymore. We also without John Means, we need another lefty pitcher. I don't think Trevor Rogers is that guy either. So yeah, it'll be Povich moving forward as our starting lefty pitcher, and I think he's shown so far that he can do that. And the other guy is actually one of our newest pitchers, Tomoyoki Sugano, and yeah, the really I think like three straight really good games. He had 8 strikeouts versus the Yankees and 7 innings versus Washington. And I believe he had a solid game against the Cleveland or Cincinnati. I can't remember which, but he had a really solid game there too. So I'm really excited to see how he does moving forward. So those are the two guys I'm most looking forward to. Then let's go on to the batting and some good things there. And there are once again, two batters I'm most actually three batters that I'm most impressed with. Cedric Mullins, that was pretty obvious. He's been our best batter for forever now. He's one of the most underrated center fielders in the entire league. Somehow he still hasn't won a gold glove. I'm excited to see how he does moving forward. Then the second guy is Ramon Urias, who's been one of the biggest surprises this year. I think he really filled out the entire see what he does is we'll get to this in a bit, but I do think he would be it's gonna be an everyday starter for us moving forward if he continues this. And the third guy is Ryan O'Hearn, another batter that's has had a really nice stretch of games. He had a home run against the Yankees. He's had another home run earlier in the year. Good batting average. Good OPS. I do think Ryan O'Hearn is the other guy that I'm mostly looking forward to. So Mullins, O'Hearn, and Urias are the three batters that I'll get shout out to. And finally, shout out to Felix Bautista for having back-to-back saves against the Yankees in Game 1 and Game 3. Um, and a decent bullpen. I'll get to the faults of that in a bit, but bullpen's looking strong, especially Brian Baker is the guy that I want to give a shout out to. He's been pretty good. And so far, best lefty this year, the pen has been Keegan Aiken. All right, now let's move on to the bat. Uh, First bad thing. Uh, Starting pitching. Besides the two that I mentioned, not good. Morton has been moved to the pen because he started the year 0 for 5 with an ERA in the double digits. He has not started the year well at all. And I don't think he's very good either, so not a good year for Morton. And of course, he moved to the pen. I do think he will get designated for assignment at some point, especially when Andrew Kitteridge and Grayson Rodriguez and Zach Eflin and all of them return. Anyways, we have bad starting pitching. Kramer. I have not been impressed with Kramer at all yet. I thought going into the year, there's going to be a prove it year for Kramer moving forward because we got guys in AAA that are going to be coming up. But Kramer has not had a good year. So the Morton, Kramer, and then the last starter has been a mixed bag. They got Gibson, who is terrible his first start. Then you got the the new guy Young, who's been decent so far, but I don't think he'll be a starter long term this year. Maybe next year, but this year I don't think he's a starter. And then yeah, so not a good year for the starting pitching. I said it's Sugano and Povich. And then the other bad, I don't know, I guess more bad pitching from Theonel Perez. Not a good year from him. Uh, Soto has been hot and cold. Bowman has been hot and cold. So not a good year for pitching, whether starting pitching or bullpen. And then the batting. Oh boy. Gunnar Henderson started the year cold, but he is also started the year on the IL. And I do think he will get hot at some point, but the question is when. And then the other guy is Rutschman. Another concern out of Rutschman. Then, yeah, Rutschman, Henderson, Mountcastle especially has been really, really cold at the plate. And looping back to what I said about Arias, I think right now, if everybody's healthy, Arias might play over Mountcastle for that ninth batter. It, Mountcastle has not been good. Uh, yeah, Mount Kerstad. Kerstad's still young, so I think he might pick it up. But slow start for him. Same thing with Jackson Holiday. Another one that I think will pick it up by the end of the year. He'll be really good. However, I lost all confidence in Gary Sanchez and Jorge Mateo. And especially when we're playing right-handed pitchers, I still don't understand why Hyde keeps insisting on playing Mateo against a left-handed pitcher. Why? Why does it feel like our starting infield against lefty pitchers as though he's been Mateo second, Henderson / Holiday short, and Westberg third base? Why does he keep benching Urias against the left-handed pitcher when Urias so far their best right-handed bat? I don't get that. I don't get that one bit. But yeah, Mateo not good, and Sanchez been mediocre, and O'Neill is hurt. So not a good year against left-handed pitchers, not at all. The guys that we brought in, like Sanchez and O'Neill, are both hurt, and everybody else is struggling. Yeah, not a good year from the Orioles whatsoever, especially batting against left-handed pitchers and starting pitching. Those are my two biggest concerns right now. And the all right, final thing that I want to get out of the way is where do they go from here? Especially with the injuries. Where do they go? Is when you look at who's hurt, a lot of impact players are hurt. You're down 4 of your potentially starting 5 in Bradish and Wells, who got hurt last year, and Eflin and Rodriguez got hurt this year. So So you got those four. And then you got Kitteridge, who's hurt in the pen. And you got Westberg, who's hurt batting. And Sanchez is hurt batting. And O'Neill is hurt, as I said before. So you got injuries there too. And you also got Albert Suarez, who's hurt. And you got Chase McDermott, who's hurt. And you got Trevor Rogers, who's hurt. A lot of injuries. But this is what I'm looking at in the future. My starting five right now. By, I would say, August, when everybody's back, this is my starting five. Bradish, Rodriguez, Eflin, Povich, and Sugano. Really tough decision for the fifth spot, but right now, I'll go Sugano in the fifth, and Wells will become a long reliever, and you DFA Dean Kramer. That is what my rotation will be. Kitteridge joins the pen, and right now, let's take a guess. The right-handed pitchers. Right now, it's Bowman, Baker, Cano, Bautista, and somebody else I'm forgetting. It'll come to me eventually. But Dominguez. But so this is my pen. So this will be my pen. Well, Baker, I'll keep in the pen for now. He's been really good. Cano, Dominguez, and Bautista obviously are three of our best guys. Well, Alden Kitteridge joined the pen. As of before, we let go of Bowman. You add those two, and then your lefties. I'm shocked a bit of people, but I'm going to say Trevor Rogers replaces CNL Perez at that third lefty spot. So it would be Rogers, Soto, and Aiken. Or you can make the argument that we keep Bowman and we replace one of the other two lefties. Either way, that is what my pitching is like. Then you also then when everybody's back, you add in Cowser, let go Mateo. So Mateo would be DFA'd. Carlson will be moved back to AAA. Rivera will be moved back to AAA. So both of them will come in. So your outfield is Cowser, Mullins, O'Neill, Kershaw, platoon. First base is Mountcastle. However, Mountcastle's still struggling. Oh, Hearn plays first. Second place is Holiday. Third base is Westberg. Shortstop is Henderson. However, let's say Urias is still hot at this point. Mountcastle's still struggling. Urias comes into play first. Mountcastle moves to the bench. Or O'Hearn comes to play first. Urias gets moved to third, and Westberg hits. Westberg becomes designated hitter. Then that just leaves rushing behind the plate. So that is what I would do for my roster. As I said before, there are some spots that could need fixing at the deadline. But for now, the Orioles' number one priority is get healthy. Once they're healthy, then they could probably pick up steam. But right now, they are not.